Hey guys, Dante here, and welcome back to the Burgles Art Reviews. And we're up to episode 8 of Samurai Jack. That means we only got 2 more episodes left before the series ends. Then how do they do episode 8? It's a filler. Kind of. It's weird. Watching this episode, we get a kind of filler, but still character development. So, instant and overall opinions about the episode. It's a good episode. It's a fun episode. It shows lots of good action, new environments, and once again, like I said, character development. So it's a nice episode, but it does do something I kind of wasn't looking for. In short, this episode solidifies Jack and Ashi's relationship. Some people on the internet have been saying that it's kind of like a mentor thing because they just assume Ashi's younger. I thought she was younger. I thought she was like in her teens. And Jack, I figured, was like in his 30s. Well, physically anyway, in his 30s. But in this episode, no, you don't really get that because it's not a teacher-pupil relationship. It's not a mentor to a person who once lived a life of violence. This episode solidifies them as a couple. A fun, awkward as hell, but in the end, damn, they're a couple. So, the episode. It starts off with a random obelisk kind of spaceship. This giant brick in space crashing down to Earth. So you get this ominous beginning. This really ominous what is happening, end of the world kind of scenario with this giant spaceship brick of dark black colors just falling from the sky. And it cuts over to a desert city. Kind of Arabian-esque, as Ashi and Jack casually make their way through the city. They're all going right now on a quest to find Aku. But they're being kind of casual about it. Jack is like, we should eat, there's some shenanigans, and they do their thing, and then they get on this giant camel-esque creature, along with an entire crowd of green tigers. Now, at first, I thought the tigers were like a weird reference to Team Rocket, because one of them had an R on his shirt, but when you watch it, some had R's, some had S's, and you realize all the tigers have basically just different letters on their shirts. And they crowd Ashi and Jack together, and you get the first taste of, wait, they're going to make them a couple? And they do. The lions bump into them, and they force Ashi and Jack together face to face. And you get this really, adult kind of joke where Ashi goes, something's poking me. When they look down, it's just Jack's sword. To quote Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, your gun is poking me in the ribs. Wink, wink. But yeah, so they're together, and you get this awkward scene where they're trying to hold the bar on like they're on a train, and their hands keep touching. And Jack's a goof. The one thing we forget about Samurai Jack is that he's an amazing warrior, a noble individual, but he's also really innocent and goofy at times. The original series, he made a number of mistakes because of his innocent nature. He was sometimes tricked by people. But yeah, you get this scene where you can tell that they're kind of framing them as this awkward couple. And once again, it's kind of weird because I thought Ashi was meant to be younger, but I guess she's meant to be maybe in her older 20s, I guess, mid to older 20s, if Jack is in his roughly 30s. And so they're standing there kind of awkwardly looking at each other, not looking at each other, going back and forth, when Jack notices that in a sea of black t-shirts with green tiger heads, the word I think it said Samurai must die or kill Jack. Basically, the Lions shirts say, or the Tigers shirts basically say, we're here to kill Jack. And the fight breaks out. And the fight breaks out, but it's a fight where they're still really awkward. Jack grabs Ashi by the waist and punches one guy, and Ashi notices he's holding her, he's holding her by the waist. Ashi grabs Jack by the shoulder and kicks another guy, and Jack feels her hands on his shoulders. And this is really thing where they're just physically awkward. They kick people's butts, they get off the camel, and they escape. And then you have this nice kind of romantic scene of them just casually walking through the desert. Yeah, romantic of them being lost in the desert, but you get it. They walk through the desert together, they find an oasis. Jack does what he likes to do best. He makes a straw hat for himself, makes a straw hat for Ashi. And they kind of have these quiet moments. And it is very reminiscent of one of the episodes in which Jack meets this green-skinned, black dress-wearing warrior woman and begins a relationship with her in the original series. Now, if you watch the original series, you know how that ends. The woman is actually Aku in disguise. It's a bad ending. But in this one, it's not a bad ending. They actually get along pretty well. It is cute. And just like in previous episodes and previous episodes in the original seasons, you get, you get the ominous beginning. Then you get the desert town. Then you get the desert itself. All the different scenes, all the different environments that tell you that anywhere Jack goes, it could be an entirely different universe because there's just so many different environments. Finally, they get caught in a sandstorm and they find shelter in the giant cube. It's a giant spaceship. It's like a cassette, giant rectangle spaceship. And while in the spaceship, they discover it's actually a jail cell. The whole spaceship, but all the inmates are gone. Everyone's just broken loose. Ashi gets attacked by this weird parasitic slug, and Jack just straight up just sucks the blood out of her ankle. Put whatever image you want to that. People are gonna go crazy, but yeah, Jack just upright grabs her by the leg and just sucks the blood out, sucks the poison out, and he's like, we gotta get out of here. The whole thing accumulates into a very nice chase scene through this maze of machines and jail cells as they're being chased by basically a giant creature made of slugs, of these parasites. Just thousands upon thousands. And Jack's fighting, and Ashi's fighting, and Jack's fighting, and Ashi's fighting. Jack's kind of trying to protect Ashi. You can tell he's kind of losing focus because he's developing feelings for her. And eventually, they find an area of the ship, and hooray! A horror. It's basically a horror movie. It's a horror spaceship movie, kind of like the movie Aliens. But hooray, something actually goes right, and they find the weapon vault and a device that Jack can use to stop the monster. He just doesn't know how to use it. Ashi has a cool square kind of Spartan shield, like a tower shield, a double-bladed weapon. They run out to fight the monster, and as they fight, Ashi's clothes get eaten by the slugs because Ashi's clothes are organic material. They're leaves. So now you have this naked Ashi framed perfectly. Ashi turns and her sword is blocking her breast and Jack's sword's blocking her crotch. And Jack blushes and he's like, oh, I cannot look at you. I cannot fight. And Ashi's either oblivious to the idea that men and women are different physically because she was raised only by women, or she's just so badass that she's like, I'm naked, so what? You don't know for sure. But Jack can't look at her. You get these great scenes. Every time she turns, something blocks, it blocks the naughty bits, and it's done great in the animation. Jack tosses his gi over her, so now she's wearing this long gi. I expect to see fan art of Ashi in a gi with her breast showing just a little bit. I expect to see that. It's going to be out there. You know it is. They fight. Great action scene because you feel the tension. You know the characters aren't going to die. Well, you hope that they're not going to die, but you feel the tension. Because how do you fight a literal swarm of creatures? It's like a man with a baseball bat trying to fight bees. Like, how do you fight this swarm? And you feel them being overwhelmed and being attacked from all sides as they're trying to get this device to activate. And it just builds up and builds up and builds up until finally they swarm Ashi and Jack. And it's this horrific scene of them being eaten alive. Like the parasites are all over them and they're just screaming and screaming and the device activates. All the creatures get executed. All the creatures get killed. And it's just Ashi and Jack standing there. Just breathing heavily. And it's a really awkward audio clip. You can tell they were probably laughing while recording this because it's kind of an awkward audio clip. You can take their audio clip of them breathing heavily and use it for other stuff, if you know what I mean. But just them breathing. Smash cut to them making out. Yep, it just goes from them like, oh my god, we almost died. Boom! And they're just making out. And you have this great, ragtime 1920s song. Kind of like the song from the end of Metropolis. I can't stop loving you. Can't get you off my mind. It's kind of like that. This is like this is love song, but like kind of like upbeat and chorusy. You know, women singing it, which is great because Samurai Jack is known for their music. Once again, you know that already. And yeah, it's just them making out, just them kissing, and it solidifies the fact that yeah, they are a couple. They are like this warrior couple. This man sent from the past who's been through trials. This woman who was raised to kill, who's lost everything but is reborn in Jack's arms and Jack's eyes, and yeah, they become a couple. What makes it even better is that the episode ends with them making out, but like doesn't hide it or cut to the typical Samurai Jack smash cut of his eyes and the audio playing Samurai Jack, Get Back to the Past, yada yada. No, it's they're making out to this song, and it cuts to black, and the song continues, and it cuts back to them, and the song continues. Then it cuts to the Samurai Jack ending credits with the eyes, and the song just plays, and it plays through the credits. It plays through the street logo at the end, and it plays all the way through to the show title and the actual number, you know, episode whatever. It just goes through. It's like unabashedly romantic after all this chaos. And let's be honest, Jackson is underwear at the end. Ashi's wearing his big floppy samurai gi, and they're making out after destroying an entire swarm of aliens. They'll probably bang the next moment. Like, it's not just them making out, they probably freaking bang the next moment. We don't know it, but let's be honest, like, it's... Dude, like, after that, it's like, we almost died. Like, it was a scene where they almost died. And it just start, bam, right to it. Like freaking fish, right, you know, freaking breathing into each other. But, yeah, that's the episode. This weird episode of just a gloomy beginning, silliness in between, them becoming romantic, Jack acting like a goof, and them solidifying their relationship. Now, as I said, initial reactions, a fun episode, it's a nice episode, it's a good episode. It does feel like a filler, even though it is character driven. It feels like a filler because you think from the episode prior they were just gonna go and run right into Aku and start doing some like heavy duty damage, but in a way they kind of take a hint from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Every season finale, every big battle of Avatar: The Last Airbender would start off with a goofy episode. You had the show that the original Avatar cast watched, the stage performance, where they get to see like cartoony versions of themselves before they go and fight. Like every episode, they do something goofy before they fight, and I feel that's what this is. This is the calm before the storm. And with that being said, in the promo for episode 9, Jack is wandering in a decimated city, like a really destroyed city of giant robots and small robots, and he says, "I've been here before." He's been through a number of cities with robots in them in the original storyline. But anyway, he's walking through the city, and in this promo, Ashi's not with him. For some reason, Ashi's not even shown in the promo. We don't know why, but she's not. Now, in this episode, as I mentioned, Jack acts a little overprotective. The moment he begins to like Ashi, he begins to be like, Ashi, be careful. Ashi, watch out. And maybe that's going to cause issues later on. But then again, we only have 2 episodes left. So now we have this thing where Jack finds love for like the first time ever in the series. The first time he ever thought he found love, it wasn't love. It was a trick by Aku. But in this, he's found love. So where do you go with that? Are they still gonna, is my prediction gonna come true? Are they still gonna kill Jack off? Jack can't age, so how does he and Ashi stay together? Or maybe in a purely perfect happy ending, maybe Jack and Ashi go back in time together, kill Aku, and rewrite history, and Jack and Ashi together do not age. Because that's why Jack doesn't age, because he's gone through a time portal. Yeah, so maybe it ends with them having a happy ending altogether. so many theories to throw out there, and people are gonna be flipping about this episode online by tomorrow. But anyway, guys, before my battery dies, once again, guys, I am Dante. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to leave comments down below. What do you think is going to happen in the next 2 episodes? Later.